Hello everyone and welcome to today's session of software development practices. And in this session we are going to see some of the basic bash commands which are needed for performing the operations in the Git. So here we are not going to focus on the Git commands, but we are going to focus only on the basic bash commands which you need to know while working on a Git repository. Let's move into the slides. So bash is a short form for born again shell. It is a shell programming and command language which was being supported by the Free Software Foundation, and it was developed by Brian John Fox. So he was the person who has created this particular bash commands, okay, or this particular bash, right? So now let's see what is mean by bash. Okay, so as told earlier, it stands for born again shell, and it is a command line interpreter for the Unix or Linux systems, right? And also in the earlier video, one of the video we have seen that this Git is being developed by Linux Torvalds, and for the terminal related operations he created this particular Git, right? So here what will be happening is all the commands and all the operations will be with respect to the Linux systems or the Unix systems, and this bash commands will be allowing the users to interact with the operating systems. How it will be interacting is, or how we can interact is by using the commands. Okay, so by using the commands we can perform the different tasks which we are performing in a normal Windows operating system. Okay, so in the Windows operating system everything will be in the format of graphical user interface, but in case of Linux operating systems or Unix operating system, we will be performing everything in by using some commands. And this bash commands is widely used in the Linux and Mac OS environments, okay, for automating the processes through the shell scripting or through the command line. And here this command line interface means, so in the graphical user interface we will be having many different icons and many different menus will be there. By using that we will be able to perform the operations, but in the command line interface everything has to be done through the commands. Okay, so the commands will be in the format of a text-based interface. And efficiency, when you compare the efficiency, bash commands are fast and it is lightweight, and you can automate the task use the script. Okay, you can automate all the tasks by using the script. And versatility, while coming to the concept of versatility, so it is used for this particular commands can be widely used by the system administrators, software developers, and also by the for the general purpose task automation. Also you can perform this perform this bash commands, or you can perform those operations which are being needed by the system administrator, software developers, and general purpose task automation. Those can be done by the bash commands. And also this bash will also support writing scripts, okay, to do the repetitive task, and making it essential for system administrators and developers, right? By writing a script you can make, or you can automate the task which has to be done repeatedly. And here you can see the two windows. The first window image shows the command line interface. There you can see all the operations are being done through the you can see all the operations are being done through commands. You can see ls cd downloads, then cd dot dot, then ls minus l, right? So these are the commands which are being written to perform the task. But in case of graphical user interface, if you see, you can see many different icons below, and you can see many different menus. Okay, so on clicking these menus and icons you will be able to perform the task, right? So that is the difference between your command line interface and the graphical user interface. Okay, so by command line interface everything you will be able to do by using your commands, that is text-based commands. And graphical user interface, on clicking the menus or on clicking the icons you can do the job. And git commands, okay, so git commands why we need to do the know the git commands is, so initially the git command, the git was working by using the git commands alone. Okay, later on only the many different vendors or many different companies have created their own graphical user interface or graphical user clients for performing the operation, right? And here one important thing why you need to know the git commands is, whenever a new version of git commands or a new version of a git is released, what will be happening is only the git commands will be released first. Clear? The git commands will be released first, and later on only, and based upon the usage of that git commands, later on the vendors will be creating a shortcut icons or shortcut menus for that particular commands which was been released earlier, right? So while working with the git commands will be more easy rather than working with the graphical user interface, right? So and here the git commands, once you know the git commands or once you know the commands, then it will be more easy for you to work in any different platforms, or you can work in any operating system, and in the operating system you can use in the git, right? But if you are working on the git graphical clients, what will be happening is, based upon the operating system, the usage of those clients will get differed, right? So there you will be getting confusion in working that, right? Okay, so only the git commands plays a major role in performing the operations with related to the git. Okay, so it is mustly needed thing for knowing the git commands. And here I told you we are going to learn about the bash. Okay, so what is mean by bash? So here you can see two images. In the first image you can see a walnut which is being present in a shell, right? A walnut is there and it is present in a shell, and the outer shell, okay, so outer coverage is set with a shell and the inner walnut is set with the kernel, right? Or the main part. Okay, so similarly if you take the this particular image, right? So this is a image of a Linux kernel. So Linux kernel is the main part which is being present inside the operating system. Clear? Okay, so this kernel can be said as a core of the operating system, right? So above the kernel or as a shell, you can have an outer covering which is set up with a shell, which is used for user interacting component for the cell, right? So this will be a user interacting component for the cell, right? What are the operations which we need to perform, that will be sent in the format of the command line interface, and through that the operations will be carried out by the shell, right? So this is the concept behind this shell. Okay, right? So everything in the shell, everything will be done through only the script or only through the commands. Okay, so here in the Windows operating system also, whatever things we are doing by clicking the commands or by clicking the menus, internally the commands will be running internally, right? But we will not be able to see the commands. Okay, so but the bash shell or the bash commands, everything we will be inputting in the terminal or in the command line directly, and we will be getting the output. Okay, we will be seeing the output of that particular commands whatever we are giving, right? So this is a introduction about your shell or introduction about bash. Okay, right? So here not only this bash shell, similar to this many different shells are being available, right? So those we will be seeing in another videos. Okay, right? So this is an introduction about the shell, and now what we shall do is we shall see the demo for this particular bash commands. Okay, so we shall see the bash command in detail by using a demo. So once if you have installed git in your system, you will be having a git bash. Okay, so click the start button and navigate to the git. So there will be having git bash git command, right? So here we are going to select git bash. So this will be the interface of the git bash. Okay, so this will be the interface of the git bash, right? So before going to the git bash, so what we are going to perform today here is we are going to create the directories we are going to navigate through the directories, we are going to create files through the command lines, and we are going to read the files, we are going to read the executable files, we are going to delete the folders, we are going to delete the files which are being created. Those simple and basic operations we are going to perform here. Clear? And if you take the GUI interface, you can directly click on the folder and you can navigate. Okay, so you can directly click and you can navigate. Clear, right? So here you have a text, you can directly double click and you can view the information what is available. Clear? Likewise, you will be able to perform the task, right? And currently you are in the file set to be F. So if you need to know the path, you can click on this. You can see in the D folder, learning softwares tutorial and file, right? So if you want to directly move to the learning, you just, what you have to do is you have to just click over that. Okay, so you can just click over that, or you can go move to the previous stage by clicking this particular arrow. And if you need to move to the parent, you can just click that particular parent folder. Okay, so likewise only you will be able to perform the operation. Okay, so but in case of bash or in the command line, it is not possible, right? For each and every operation you will be having some commands. Clear? So now we shall see the command, the bash we have taken here, but we need to know where we are. Okay, so where we are. So in order to know that, we have to give a command set to be pwd. Okay, so we have to enter a command set to be pwd, present working directory. Clear? On clicking enter, you will be seeing the uh, path where it is, right? So here you can see c / users / and Anto. Okay, so but if you click on this particular path, you will be seeing everything in d : backward slash. Okay, backward slash is been shown here. Okay, so but this particular, already I have told you that this particular git is been created for performing operations while developing the Linux terminal, right? So it will be following the concept, or it will be following the all the principles of the Linux operating system. Okay, right? So in the Linux, there is no drive specification is not available in Linux, but in case of Windows only, we are considering everything it as drive. Okay, so C drive, D drive, but there that is not the case. Everything will be considered as folder or directory. Okay, so now currently where we are is we are present inside the C directory. Okay, we are present in the C directory, right? So now we shall see, for the demo purpose we have choose to two folders which is present in the directory set to be D. Okay, so now I need to move to the directory set to be D. Okay, so for this what I need to do is I need to use a command set to be cd. Okay, so cd means it is change directory, and here I need to move to the drive set to be D. Okay, so here the drive is being represented by, or we have to mention it by / followed by the drive letter. Okay, so here we can enter D. So here you can see D. It is being given in yellow marking. Okay, next I need to move to the folder set to be GitHub. Okay, so for that I will be typing cd, put a space, and then type two letters of that, 2 or 3 letters of the folder which you need to navigate, and then press tab. Clear? So now it got changed to GitHub, right? So now if you need to find out the files which are being available inside that particular folder, just use the command set to be ls. ls will be displaying all the folders and files present inside that particular folder set to be GitHub, right? So now you can see there is another folder set to be SDP, right? Just click it and put ls. You can see the files. Okay, right? So here if you need to see the complete listing of files, what you need to do is ls -a. So here it will be giving you the complete listing. Okay, so if any hidden files are there present there, that will be given, and the path of the parent file, or the representation of the parent file, representation of the target file. Okay, so everything will be shown to you. Clear? Everything will be shown to you, and by using that particular notations you can find out that where you are now. And here you can see near to the SDP you can see a command, or you can see a title set to be main, right? So because this particular file is a git file, right? So in the previous video we have seen how to create a repository in your local machine and how to upload that particular folder in the global repository, right? So there we have created this SDP, right? So this SDP is nothing but a GitHub or a Git folder now, right? Git directory now. So it is given as main here, right? And here you can see a file set to be dot git attributes. Okay, so that is nothing but a hidden file, and there what you will be having is all the informations with respect to the git will be available, right? The commit operations, whatever you are doing, what are the other file operations you are performing, everything will be shown there. Okay, right? So here you can see double dot forward slash and a single dot forward slash. Okay, so this double dash forward slash is nothing but the representation of your parent folder. Okay, so if you need to move back to your parent folder, what you can do, you can use that. Okay, cd dot slash. So what will be happening now? The control will be moved from SDP to GitHub. Okay, so you can see now it is being moved to GitHub. Okay, similarly, if you need to move from GitHub to D also, you can use cd dot forward slash. Case like case you can use. Okay, and another one for option is also there. I will be showing you now. Cd GitHub. I am again moving into SDP and GitHub. So directly I know I need to move to D folder. Okay, so directly I need to move to the D folder. So here you have a shortcut for that, right? So if I need to directly move to the D folder, use cd, use double dot forward slash and double dot and press enter. You will be now navigated directly to the D drive. Okay, right? So if you are using the command cd dot forward slash, you will be only able to move to the previous state. But if you need to move to the parent folder or multiple, if you need to skip multiple folders, you can use dot forward slash dot. Okay, so that is the process which can be performed. Okay, and here through this particular git command line also, you will be able to call, or you will be able to call the executable file or the exe file. Okay, so that we shall see now how you can call the executable file. Okay, so cd, I am moved for that purpose, I am moving to the C folder. Okay, sorry, cd forward slash C. Okay, so now it is moved to the C folder. Okay, and in the C folder you will be having the program files. Okay, the C folder will be having the program files, and the program files representation will be in the format of 2 letters. Okay, so I will be showing you dir, sorry, list, sorry, yes, list. So list will be listing out all the folders, files, everything available in that particular folder or in that particular drive. Okay, so here you can see the program files is a 2-word file. Okay, right? So you can't directly move it, or you can't directly type it like that. Okay, so the control will not be given there, right? So for typing 2-word folders, what you have to do is you have to use double quotes, then use and then type files. Okay, and then click enter, it will be moved. Okay, right? So for typing 2-word folders or 2-word directory, you have to use double quotes. Within that double quotes you have to type the word. Okay, and now we shall see. Yeah, here we have a text pad, right? So I am dodging this. We have a for a folder set to be text pad, cd, sorry, text pad, and within that you have an exe set to be textpad.exe, right? Textpad.exe. Okay, so to execute that, put a dot forward slash and then type it. Okay, so now what will be happening? That text file will be getting opened, or that exe will be getting opened. Clear? And here why we are going to use this, I will be explaining now. So I am using this clear command. So here you can see I have used the command set to be clear, right? I have used the command set to be clear, and all of a sudden it cleared the entire screen. Okay, right? So where is that clear present? So in order to find that, you can use which clear. Okay, so here it will be showing inside the user bin and clear. That is, it is present inside the central part of the OS. Okay, it is present in the central part of the OS, so that it can be called from anywhere, right? And here if you see, the textpad.exe is present in the particular folder, that is program files. Inside that you have the textpad, and inside that only you have the exe file set to be textpad. Okay, so in order to call that, you have to go to that particular folder, then only you will be able to find that. Okay, and this dot represents that in the current folder. Okay, it represents the current folder followed by the name of that particular exe. Okay, so then only this will be getting executed. Okay, so but clear means it is present centrally. Okay, it is present centrally in the operating system, so that from anywhere you will be able to call that particular command. Okay, so that is the difference between these two. Okay, so if you need to execute any exe file, you have to navigate to that particular folder, and from there only you will be able to perform the operation. Okay, and here one more thing. So it is also possible that you can not only by typing each and every folder or navigating each and every folder every time, what you can do, you can directly type the entire path and you can move to that particular folder, right? So I'll be showing you cd, and now I want to move to program files, then inside the program files I need to go to textpad. Okay, and now click enter. It is going to that particular path. Okay, so multiple navigation is also been possible there. Okay, so in the previously I told you that multiple navigation backward is possible, likewise multiple navigation of forward is also possible. And here what is essential is you need to know all the folders which are present in between. Okay, and directly if you need to call the exe file, what you can do, by using the dot notation, you can call the exe file to execute. Okay, so this is the process how you will be able to, or how you can perform the operation in a command line. Okay, so you can create the folders, you can then call the executable files and so on. Okay, right. Now what we are going to do is we are going to see how we can work in a, that is how you can create folder, delete folder, how you can create files, read files, write to the file and delete the file. Okay, so that information you are going to do, right? For that, what I am going to do is I am going to use this particular folders, right? So learning, software, tutorial, files. So this particular folders I am going to use. Okay, so here I know the folder is present. Inside learning you have softwares, inside the software you have tutorials, and inside the tutorials you have the folder set to be file. Okay, so here I am going to navigate to that learning, software, tutorials, files. Okay, so now the path is been present there, right? So now here I am going to create a new folder. Okay, so to create a new folder we have a command set to be mkdir, make. Mk represents make, dir represents directory. Okay, so make directory test. Okay, so when I click this particular command or I click the enter button, so you can see the folder will be getting created in your right hand side or inside the folder set to be files. Okay, there you can see the folder got created. Okay, folder got created there, right? So now I am going inside that particular folder, right? So in the GUI I can double click over that, but here what I need to do, I need to use the command set to be cd followed by the name. Okay, so now the control came here, right? Learning software tutorials files test. Here also you can see learning software tutorials files. Clear? And then inside the test I have here now. Then mkdir test 1. Okay, so you can see another one folder got created. Okay, right? So mkdir is the command used for creating a directory or a folder. CD is used for changing the directory or to move into that particular directory, or to move into a directory you can use the command set to be CD. Clear? I think I am clear. Up to this you are all clear. Okay, and next I am coming backward. So now from the test I came to files. Okay, now I came to files, right? So now I need to remove this particular folder. Okay, I need to remove this folder. Okay, so for removing the folder, rm remove directory test. Okay, so remove directory test, right? So here what happened is this particular command got failed. Why? Because is within this folder you have another folder set to be test1. Okay, so within the folder you have another folder set to be test1. So deleting of the folder which contains something is not possible. Okay, so within the folder we have some another folder set to be test1, so it is not possible to delete that particular folder. Okay, so in order to solve that we have another one command set to be rm. Okay, remove -r recursively the test. Okay, remove recursively that test folder. Okay, on clicking this enter, the folder got deleted. Okay, here you can see the folder got deleted. Okay, right? So this is the process or the command which is used to delete as well as make the directory. Okay, to make the directory mkdir, to go into the directory it is cd, to remove a directory rmdir. Okay, for example I will be showing you make directory test. So the directory got created here. Now if I need to delete only that directory I can use the command set to be rmdir test. Okay, so now it will be getting deleted, right? So what if that folder contains another folder or any some text or any files inside that, you will not be able to delete it directly until you delete the files inside that particular directory. Okay, right? So you will not be able to delete it directly through the command. But in Windows, so if you are creating a folder and if you have any text file, for example text file is there, it is possible to delete, right? So directly you can go, can click delete, so that will be getting deleted. But in case of this bash commands it is not possible, right? So for that you have to use this particular command rm-r test. Okay, now just clear this screen. Now what I am going to do is I am going to show how to display something into the command line, or how to display something in terminal. Okay, so for that we can use a command set to be echo. Okay, so echo, here I am going to give hello, HELL, right? So here what will be happening is the sentence which you are giving next to the echo will be getting displayed again. Okay, echo hello, so hello is been displayed here. Okay, and here I need to display the message which I need to display, that I need to write it in a file, right? So here I have displayed the message set to be hello, but I don't want to display it here, but I need to write it in a file. For that what I can do is I can use echo followed by the message which I need to write, and then use two greater than symbol followed by the a file name. Okay, so here what happens is a file.txt will be getting created, and inside that file.txt we'll be having the text that will be hello. Here you can see the file.txt. If you open that you can see the file set to be hello. Okay, so within this the command or the sentence or the word which we need to write has been written. Clear? Okay, and now If you need to read the file which is present inside that file.txt, you can use the command set to be cat followed by the file which you need to read. Okay, cat file.txt. It will be displaying the message which is present inside this particular file. Clear? Right? So this is the process how you will be doing this. So today what we have seen in this particular session is, first we have seen what is meant by bash. Okay, what is meant by bash, how to find out the present directory, how to navigate to the directory, and how to come out of the present directory, how to multiply come out of the present directory, what is meant by the current folder or current directory, and how to execute a executable file. Okay, how to execute the executable file, and after that we have seen what is meant by this clear, and then how to create a directory, what is the command make directory, then for moving to the directory cd, for removing the directory dir, for removing the directory recursively, so what is the command, then for displaying, for making the display you use the echo command, then for making the display command to be entered in a file, echo command, and to read the sentence or read the sentence which is present inside the file, we have used the uh, command set to be cat followed by the file name. Okay, so these are some of the basic commands which you need to know in case to work in a Git repository. Hope you have understood, and if you have any doubts you can leave your queries in the comment. Thank you.